Welcome to Octubre. Octubre. Octubre 2021. I knew it. All right. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. And I'm here to take care of everybody who is watching for the October month ahead tarot overview. All right. We are in Mercury retrograde. I'm trying to think of what other transits we have going on. I can't remember all of them at the top of my head with the astrology, but as I remember, I'll be updating this post and posting them. We'll see at the end if this reading is going to be exclusive solely for my Patreon. If you're watching it here, you've seen it on Patreon first, or if it's going to be for Patreon and then YouTube, so it would be early access. All right, we got to see. I think the love reading is going to stick to being exclusive. This one may be early access, depending on how much I feel like everybody needs to hear this information. All right. So let's look at October, y'all. Hopefully October's off to a pretty good start. I know it's only the first day out here, but I have optimistic vibes that everything will be okay at the end of it. So we're going to flip over your pre-shuffle to see what is the overall energy for October, the challenge for October, and the solution for October. So let's see what we got. Okay. Oops. Okay, we have a lot of sevens here. The 7 seems to be the lucky number. We have 777 in this card, and then for the challenge, we have 77. Look at that. It's interesting. That means something. So this is the energy we're in right now. We have full moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality, and we have you're a magical ass being, act accordingly. So I think many of you are in this place of knowing what you bring to the table, knowing what you offer, knowing the things that you desire, the things that you deserve. And, you know, that's the very much energy of Pisces, that magical place of being. Okay. So I think everybody's off to a pretty good start, or a decent start, in trying to figure out the balance of knowing what they need, knowing what they want, and being able to feel like they have a middle ground of some kind. Now, as we move on that journey, we have reminder, you are always on the right path and luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. This isn't going to be until Sagittarius season, so in about roughly a month and a half, 2 months. But the challenge is here, wondering if our paths are destined for us, if we're on the right path. Okay. And this says you are always on the right path. So even if you get confused, even if you get redirected, even if you go off of your path for a little bit, you always find your way back. There's like multiple ways of, like multiple routes you can take to get on a certain path. All right, I hope that makes sense. But we have luck is on your side. All right, so don't worry about going too far off your path or straying away from your path for some reason. And then the last card here for the solution is take a hike. I don't know what that means yet. I'm going to clarify. Take a hike. Something significant may happen on October 7th or October 13th. And then you have the energy is gaining momentum, is what it says here. All right, let me clarify. What does this mean? I'm going to clarify with both decks. What is this for the solution for October? Take a hike. Can we get more clarity on that, please? Okay. Jesus. All right, tell me more. I'll tell you guys what it says in a second. Ooh. A personal issue reaches resolution. Okay. By the end of October, you will have that clarity, especially with, okay, I hear what it's saying now. I hear what it's saying now. Okay. Sorry. So by the end of October, you will have that ability to speak your truth, okay? Because again, we're in Mercury retrograde, so there's a lot of blockages when it comes down to communication, knowing how we want to say things, when is the right time to say things, am I ever going to get a chance to say my piece, to speak up how I feel? All right, and you have these two cards here around the 26th and the 29th of October especially. You have communication coming in, and you have speak the F up. Okay. And then the other cards here for the solution that it was clarified was the energy is gaining momentum, right? And that was clarified by full moon in Aries, which is going to be full moon in Aries is going to be in Libra season. Yeah, full moons are always opposite of the sun. So we have this coming up. Full moon in Aries is going to be when things reach its peak. All right, the energy is gaining the momentum leading up until this point where everything can be out in the open. Come on, focus. Everything can be out in the open. Everybody can speak up. And, you know, it's going to be like, okay, this is the moment I've been waiting for. This is the moment of truth, the moment of full clarity. So I'm going to, after this video, I'm going to look up full moon in Aries, whenever that date is. So keep that date in mind specifically. And you have full moon in Cancer, which will be during Capricorn season. So something significant happening around Sagittarius and Capricorn season. Yeah, so Sagittarius season's first, then Capricorn season. But yeah, a personal issue reaches resolution. But the energy is gaining momentum to some peak of a moment. Okay, some peak in a communication where you've been waiting to let somebody know how you feel. You've been waiting to get something off your chest. You've been waiting for somebody else to speak their truth so that you can speak yours. Whatever it is, that energy, that blockage in communication is going to be lifted. All right. So take a hike, I think, really refers to just doing what you need to do until that moment arises. Okay. Because it'll come. It'll happen. So let's see what that's in regards to. Let's do a little spread with my everything deck here. What is this that we need to be speaking up about when the time comes, when a time presents itself? Again, could be around significant dates. We have 7th, the 13th, the 29th, the 26th, and whenever full moon in Aries is. I don't know when that is just yet. All right, so what do we need to be speaking up about here? When the communication gets to where it needs to be, we have it will work out, social media. Okay, we have past or past life, something about you that you've been holding on to about the past. They will reach out. Somebody's reaching out, y'all. I think Virgo got that card. Yeah, Virgo did get that card yesterday in the reading. Shout out to my Virgo shirt. If you want one, I'm going to post that in the description as well. You can get a Virgo shirt or you can get any signed shirt you want, really. All right, because I'm a brand ambassador for that company. And then you can use my code, get 10% off. You can get you a hoodie. I got me some hoodies. You can get whatever you want. All right, so tell me more about this with the communication coming in. What is this more so in regards to reconciliation? All right, let's get anything else about speaking up. All right, that's enough. That is more than enough cards. We got, all right. So yes, the answer is yes. For whatever it is that you feel like you need to speak your piece, or there's a situation where you haven't felt like you had a fair chance in telling your side of the story, or, you know, somebody just kind of left you hanging, or you're just confused, by the end of October, that blockage is going to clear up for many of you. All right, they will reach out. For some of you, you do not have to do anything to bring this to fruition. It's just something that's going to come to you, especially if this is a situation for many of you where you know that you were not in the wrong, or you don't have like it's like somebody else's weight, somebody else's cross to bear. Like they're the ones that are supposed to bring the opportunity to you or present you with the opportunity. You have, it will work out. It will work out. Whatever it is going to work out, and you'll be able to figure out, like, something's going to hit its peak where there's no way an opposition cannot get resolved. Like there's no way that something is not going to be shown on the surface, so we can address this here. All right, something from the past or an opportunity to reconcile with, could be something that happens during retrograde where you and somebody fall out and there's not an opportunity that you feel like you had a fair shot in speaking about it, or somebody from your past, there's going to be an opportunity to come back together after the retrograde and really talk about how things went down. You have letters in name. You have O, Q, U, X, or Z. You could have any of these letters in your name, or somebody has these letters in their name specifically. All right. For others of you, this has to do with something outside of a relationship, but about your work. You have artist, and then you have writer. So many of you are going to have an opportunity to showcase something on social media. Again, Mercury retrograde is not the best time for starting new things on social media necessarily, or like launching projects, because there may be some difficulties, but you're going to have some type of opportunities coming in, some communication coming in. This isn't the time to be scary after retrograde. This is the time to speak up and speak your piece, to clear up some type of confusion. If you had any confusion with something that happened on social media or something that you said, it's time to clear that up. All right, no more running from that. Clear it up. Or if you've been like delaying in your artistry and your writing, your work, communication is coming in, so you can vocalize or verbalize something along the lines of this. Okay? And then you have yes. Yes, confirmation of some kind. Let's see, anything else we have here. Let's look more into the tarot. Let's look at the tarot here. What do we have for the tarot? What do we have for tarot, Spirit? Continuing along with this story that we're being given, that we're being shown about, what else can we expect here? I think I need to get my other deck. I need to get my my Kipper deck. I'm being called to get my Kipper. I'm being called to get the Kipper. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, okay. So, this is my Kipper deck. The Kipper is like Lenormand. It's like Oracle, kind of. Gives you a little bit more insight about what it is that we got going on here. This is going to help me with figuring out what's coming in with the tarot, especially. All right, what do we have with the Kipper? Tell me about for October. What is this communication going to involve? With who? Official person. It could be something legal here. Distant horizon. Someone that lives at a distance from you. Something needs some type of clarity. Change. Okay. By the end of October, you are going to know, family room, exactly where things are heading. So you don't have to, like a decision of some kind will be made. Adjudication. So I'm going to continue on, and I'll show you the cards that came out in a moment. So let's see, tell us more about this story for October, for everyone who is watching. What do they need to know with their challenge and solution and what's coming towards them? We have here Death card. There is a very significant change. Ooh, Three of Swords. Scorpio energy here. Tell us more here with this Death card, and let's clarify the Death card and the Three of Swords. Three of Wands. There's like a very heavy change that it's where something is no longer going to be able to be the same. That's what kind of change it is. Because Death card is always a death and rebirth. When you see the Death card show up, something is changing, and it will never go back to the way it was before. This doesn't mean that it can't be better, but you're just going to have to get rid of that idea that it's going to be the same. All right? Tell me about this change that we can expect in October. What moment this is leading up to here? What moment is this leading up to? Could be with the Sagittarius, a Capricorn, a Leo, Strength card in reverse. Somebody is speaking up here. Somebody is speaking and speaking out about like some situation has gone on for too long, or there's been too much confusion. Yeah, Eight of Wands. It's about to get moving, y'all. It's about to get moving. Moon card. All right, so again, there has been, or in October, since we're just starting October, there will be some type of deep uncertainty about a situation, about a relationship, and it's like kind of like nobody is moving. We don't know what decision we're trying to make. Moon card could involve a Pisces here. The major signs showing up right now: Pisces. We have Leo. We have Scorpio. Scorpio twice, double Scorpio. We have Capricorn. We have Sag. Okay, those are the main signs. So if you're have any of those placements or you're dealing with one of those placements, listen closely. There's a decision here that will be made, but you have the moon card. There's been a lot of uncertainty that's leading up until this point. This fiery climax approaches on the full moon in Aries during Libra season, where everything is just let out. Okay, everything. You have that opportunity to speak. Use your voice, be heard. You have the opportunity to tell somebody exactly how you feel. This is something that you've been holding in for many of you, or you will be holding in for a majority of October, or somebody else is holding back. There's a feeling of no longer holding back anymore. This is something that a strength card in reverse is a sign not holding back. It's a strength card upright is like being restrained and keeping a cool center. This is like everything is coming out. How this is going to be coming out, I'm going to clarify, because it could be in a series of harsh truths, harsh words, resulting in Three of Swords, a breakup or a decision, or a permanent change. There is going to be a permanent feeling of change. You have the death and rebirth, a permanent feeling of, okay, now that this is off my chest, now that all the cards are laid out, we know we can't go back to how it used to be. Three of Wands, Six of Swords. So now we have to figure out how are we going to move forward with this. We have change here. You have change, adjudication, distant horizon. You need to be thinking long term. What is changing in this relationship? What is changing in this situation? And how do we move forward? How do we move on from this now that we have this truth here? Now that we know. There's no more being chained to the deception, to the lies, to feeling uncertain. Now it's like, okay, I didn't expect us to talk. I didn't expect everything to be out. All right, so how is this truth going to be revealed? How is this truth going to come out for those watching, the collective here? Five of Swords. Could be in the heat of a argument or ego. Queen of Swords. Anything else? Oops. Anything else? I think more so like the energy of it, of just waiting. Two of Cups reverse, of just having to wait to speak, is like what is making the truth be so harsh. All right, because you have these cards here, you have the Two of Cups reverse, you have the Five of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords reverse, very blunt, very harsh truth. Ace of Swords. It's one of those things that can no longer be avoided or ignored, and I think it's like somebody here has had to wait for so long to speak up. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of like it just comes out in this very blunt way because it's been like bubbling, boiling beneath the surface. Somebody's been boiling. There's been a boiling truth that's beneath the surface, or somebody who has had to bite their tongue, who has wanted to say something for so long. Again, the energy is gaining momentum for that solution, where it's kind of like, you know, a boiled pot. It has to runneth over eventually, and that's the energy that's coming in. It's like somebody is just ready to speak. Could be you, could be someone else. And it's time. The time is coming up here soon enough. Somebody's going to be ready. Okay, so now let's look at the advice. What's the advice for everyone in October dealing with this here, this communication? I'm going to pull, let's pull up this first, an affirmations card first for this. What's the affirmation for October, please? I got these cards all mixed up. Some are facing forward, some are facing back. Reflect on your strength. Let's get one more. Be confident. Be confident when you speak your truth. Okay, so let's do, what's the advice, please? Oh, wait. These are, why is this upside down? I put some of these in upside down by accident. Okay. What's the advice? Ace of Cups reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Chariot card. What's the advice for everyone for the October, the end of October especially? Ten of Pentacles. Temperance card in reverse. I think it's very important to focus on your own emotional stability first before you speak. Sagittarius energy again. Ooh. Yeah. Be careful of being defensive when you speak, okay? I think like you're going to have a good outcome with whatever this is, especially for the watcher here. You're going to have a good outcome with this communication. It's just one of those things that it's no going back to how it used to be. And that's not always a bad thing, you know? That doesn't always mean that, oh, you know, you're losing something. Yes, you had the 3 of Swords. It's something that you're kind of having to accept in a very harsh way. Okay? But you have this Page of Swords, which is all about communication, but it can be about petty communication sometimes, or kind of like childish communication. So getting straight to the point, speaking up for yourself is going to be very important. Looking at the ways where you've been wanting to talk about how a certain situation working together is just not working, and how it can be fixed, or how you feel like it could be changed, the dynamic, whatever it is that comes up, it is not going to affect your long-term stability, your long-term prosperity and future. It's kind of like a in the moment kind of situation where things are just not working or running as smoothly. But that shouldn't take away from your strengths and what you can do and your confidence here with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Because you got the 10 of Pentacles, you got the 10 of Cups, you got the Ace of Cups reversed. So keep pouring into you. Keep giving yourself that energy. Even if you wish somebody else would acknowledge, or somebody else would pour into you as well. Make sure that you're not focusing on the extremes of things. You're getting that emotional balance back and working on your stress levels. Because there's something here that is really trying to come to a head. By the end of October, it will. And I don't think it's necessarily going to be in an explosive way. It's going to just be kind of like word vomit, where it's like somebody was holding back so much of what they wanted to say, or what you want to say, what somebody else wants to say, or it's like, you know, it's been years kind of feeling like I've been wanting to say this to you for years, or I've been wanting to say this to, you know, whatever it is. And now I finally get that time, or now you see the opportunity there. And if you don't take it, I don't know. I don't know if you'll ever be able to have that exact perfect moment. It's going to feel like a perfect moment type of thing where like, oh, this is my time. This is when I can say, this is now that I have this person's attention. The portal is open up where somebody is ready to hear you, to receive, or ready to speak and tell you the truth that you've been looking for. How much time we got? Okay, so we have be confident, shine your light, take up space. You don't need anyone's approval. You deserve to be proud of who you are. For some of you, this is like about coming out. This is like, that's what I'm getting. Like, this is about coming out to your family, or coming out to somebody significantly, and you've been holding this back. You've been holding something back. Somebody's been holding something back about themselves, or about another person, or something they want to say. And by the end of October, it's going to be like that communication is going to open up. Either somebody's going to ask you a question that opens the portal for you to say your piece, say what you really like, or who you are. Or there's going to be like somebody asks you about your job, or something that you're really interested in, or something that your truth. Okay. And you can really unleash it then. It's like this energy of, I don't want to hide this anymore. I don't want to keep this a secret. I don't want to hold back. Or somebody else is like, I'm ready to receive what you have to say. All right. So this, for some of you, you don't even know how you held on to this truth so long, or how you were able to not speak up before, you know, or it's been so long. But you are going to realize how much you had to say, and you had something to say. Reflect on your strength. We forget how strong we are until we look back at all we've overcome. You are resilient. Your growth is forever. So you're going to grow through this process of knowing how to speak your truth, knowing when to speak up. You feel the energy coming, where you're going to be able to be honest with yourself and with others about who you are, what you believe in, what you like. Okay? It's going to change things. It's going to change things from that point on, but for the better. All right, so that's what we have for October. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know by middle October, end of October, how this reading resonated for you. If this reading resonated for you, let me know down in the comments down below. I am at Tarot by Bronx.